Good evening and welcome to the Community Spotlight. I'm Cheryl Girl, and tonight we've got a very special guest. We have the author of a new book called Love, Sex, and Heartbreak, Mr. CEDRIC Calloway. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay. Now that's only part of the title, and that's tantalizing right there.
I know.
Love, Sex, and Heartbreak. And what's the rest of it?
One man's journey to love and happiness.
Okay, that is a whole lot.
Yeah.
Tell me what is going on in this book.
Well, it's basically starting from my age of 17, 18 when I graduated high school.
Like last year, right?
No, I wish. This is going on 15 years ago now.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay.
I know I don't look that old, but yeah, I'm up there.
So now, I understand that you've got everything in this book. Now,
Yeah.
first of all, is it a true story?
Very true.
So what's happening in love, sex, and heartbreak?
All three. I'm falling in love, having a lot of sex, and having my heart broken.
Okay, that's interesting. So what made you decide to sit down and write a book? Is this is your true story?
My true story.
Like what you really went through, like real girlfriends?
Yes, all of it.
So you got the whole skeleton closet wide open.
Wide open. I took the door off.
Okay. So get me started. What will make me pick this up and read it?
Oh, basically, the title gets you.
You're right, it does.
Yeah, and then if you was to just read just a snippet of it, I mean, everybody reads a sample of the book and they just have to keep reading it. And it just tells a true story of a man going through a lot of things.
Okay, I need some juice. You got to give me some dirt.
Oh.
You know, because everybody goes through stuff. If you live long enough, you're going to go through some drama. We fall
Yeah.
in love. So let's talk about relationships, and I need to get something learned. I want to hear something juicy in the book, but I
Okay.
also want to learn something.
Right.
All right, so give me some something juicy now.
Okay, the juice, I would have to say, the juiciest part is how my ex-wife, how she had her affair on me, which led to my heartbreak, the biggest heartbreak
wow.
in the book. It was the second heartbreak. I had another heartbreak with my fiance. That was embarrassing. I mean, when you're sitting in front of someone's window and it's another male's window at a college dorm room, and you're practically
So
begging.
you had a cheating fiance?
That's correct, a cheating fiance.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
And what
yes.
about, did your wife cheat?
Well, according to her, no, but I know better than that.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So we started off with a cheating fiance and a cheating wife. Now I've heard that we tend to attract what we like.
That's correct.
Do you think that's true?
No.
No?
No.
You didn't ask for crazy.
Right, I didn't.
So your journey in life was what? To find the...
Special person that I would love, she would love me back forever, basically.
And I think it's interesting that you write a book about this, because a lot of times men won't open up and be vulnerable. And I was looking at some of the reviews in the book, and it says that we can really feel your emotion.
That's correct.
So you really do open up that closet.
Yes, I did.
So when you were in your relationship, like with your wife, did you know anything was going on?
No, she was pretty slick with it. I mean,
It was just happy at the house.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had our little moments, but I didn't think she was doing anything on the side.
Right.
I seen little things, but it just didn't dawn on me that she would do that.
So what was the tipping point? When you went from happy ever after to love, sex, and heartbreak?
The tipping point, I have to say, when the sex stopped.
Uh-oh, that's always a bad sign.
Yeah. No, especially knowing before it was a lot of it, and then it
Now
just
all of a
stops.
sudden,
Yeah.
she's not feeling it anymore.
Right.
Okay.
I'm tired. I got a headache. My stomach hurts.
Or does that translate, I'm tired of you?
That's what I think.
You make my
Yeah.
head hurt.
Yeah. I wish you would have went ahead and said that instead of doing
Yeah.
what you did. Yeah.
So how did you actually find out?
Oh, I found out through my little girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have got to be kidding me. How old was your little girl?
6, 7. She was 7. She was 6. Yeah, she
Okay,
was
you're
6.
making my eye twitch, because I can't
Yeah.
take the baby
Yeah.
telling you that. What did the baby say?
It was innocent conversation. I asked her why didn't she get some vitamins one morning, and instead of her saying I just forgot, she went on to say, "Mommy forgot to give them to me before he went to Joe's house."
Oh.
I'm like, "Who's Joe?" "Oh, that's Mommy's best friend." I'm like, "Oh, really?"
And you're like, you don't know a Joe.
Right, I don't know a Joe. I know her as best friend.
And you don't know that Mommy's taking the baby over to visit Joe.
That's correct.
So this is where we get to the heartbreak part of it.
Yeah.
So now in your book, Love, Sex, and Heartbreak, did you go crazy? What happened
I
when
went
you
very
found that
crazy.
out?
I wanted to kill her.
Oh wow!
Literally, I wanted to kill her.
Like not just like for play.
Right, for real.
Wow. So when you found out, what'd you do? You call her? What'd you do?
I called her right away and told her don't come home.
Oh my God! Because
Yeah.
I would think, oh yeah, you kidding? What?
Right.
Well, why'd you tell her not to come home?
Because I was gonna kill her.
Really?
Yeah.
And how old were you when all this was happening?
33.
33.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
It is crazy.
So in the book, we're going through this. You found out from the baby that your wife is cheating. You tell her, don't come home. I'm going to kill you if you do. That's just the first, 12 minutes.
Right.
So the next day, what happens?
Right.
How do you get, obviously you said it's a journey to love and happiness. So let's establish that you're happy now.
Now?
Ish? Happy-ish?
Now?
Yes?
Yeah, I'm happier.
Happier?
Right.
Have you found love?
No.
No, not yet?
No, not yet.
Ladies, you already know.
Not
okay.
yet.
So in this journey, after that first 12 minutes of all the crazy, what happened? Where does the book pick up?
After that, I basically drank the rest of that night.
Wow.
I drunk myself stupid. And then the next day she came home, actually calmed down. I was
So
willing
where
to
did she
talk to
go?
her.
When you say, don't come home, honey, I'm going to kill you if you come home, where'd she go?
I got confirmation from her friend's separated wife that she was actually with him.
With him?
With him, the
Joe?
boyfriend. Joe.
The boyfriend? Oh.
Yeah, she was there having drinks and
This
having
is
good
like a
time.
movie.
It is like a movie.
Okay, it's an ebook right now, but I need to
Yes.
see the play and the movie.
I know, I agree.
Oh
I
my
agree.
gosh. So she went over to the boyfriend's house. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't expecting to have her pop up.
No, probably not.
Okay, so was he married or anything?
He had a wife. They were separated, but she was wanting to work it out. But she heard about my wife, and that just ended that.
Your wife is having an affair with a married man who's
Correct.
separated.
Right.
So, wow.
And has a girlfriend.
Wait, what? Oh my gosh, this is too crazy. Your wife's lover has a soon-to-be ex-wife and a girlfriend, and two girlfriends, including
Yeah.
your wife. Did your
Right.
wife know this?
No, she didn't.
She's just bringing all that nasty back to the house.
Exactly.
Ooh.
And the bad part is the girlfriend was like, could be his mother.
Oh my goodness.
She was 55 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, don't try to get iffy with the cougars now.
I know.
Old woman got love.
I know. I'm just,
I'm just messing with you, Jay.
yeah.
But what made, a lot of people talk about writing a book. What made you decide to sit down and put your pain on paper?
Well, when I first started writing the book, I just wanted to tell the story of all my trials and tribulations to get to my marriage, in which I was happy in.
Right.
And she was my happiness in
Wow.
the book. But that took that bad turn, and it just went in a completely different direction. So now I will end up writing another. Hopefully, when I write another, I will have that
The happy
happiness
part. You're
at
happy.
the
You're
end.
real happy ever after.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. So it was a form of therapy.
Exactly.
Putting it on paper.
Yes.
And I really hope it turns into a big success for you, because there's nothing like success. That's the best
Exactly.
revenge ever.
Right.
Well, now, was this your only form of therapy? Did you talk to someone? Did you do anything to ease your pain?
I talked to friends, family members. I had a counselor.
Right.
I went to the gym a lot.
Working out, talking
Yeah.
to your friends. That's good.
Yeah, and I worked a lot. That's
You
basically
worked
what
a
I
lot.
did.
That's all you did. Because now I've heard, that women mourn and men replace.
That's
So
correct.
did you start dating again?
I tried. I wouldn't call it dating. I was actually starting to go on that same path as I did after my fiance broke my heart.
I don't know what you mean. That same path.
That sex therapy path.
Oh, sex therapy.
Yes, once again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was starting to go down that road. A road I didn't want to visit again,
Wow.
but that's where I started.
And in truth, that's what a lot of people go through.
Yes.
So it's kind of just maybe like a way to make you feel better.
Yeah, it does make you feel better
It
for the
does.
moment.
For the moment.
Right, it's always for the moment.
And that's
Yeah.
part of the journey.
That's correct.
But does it have anything to do with age? A lot of times men in the early part of their lives are more about quantity as opposed to quality. Do you think that had anything to do with reaching out for a lot of partners? Or are you just mad?
Mad.
Mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mad. And like before, I just really want to let it out through sex. I mean,
Okay.
I know that's bad, but that's
I mean, but it is what it is, Jay.
Yeah, it is. It
And
is.
the thing of it is, as a woman, I want to pick up Love, Sex, and Heartbreak because I want to see how a man feels. And this is very different from like a book like Steve Harvey. Okay, ladies, here's what you need to do to get the man. You know, I want to hear about that man who's gone through it with the woman and what he's actually doing.
That's
because
right.
as a woman, if I pick up your book, what am I going to learn and walk away with that's going to make me a better partner to a man?
You're going to learn that men have the exact same feelings as women when it comes to infidelity, for one.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't show it a lot, but we do. And as for me, my pride just disappeared when I wrote the book. I wanted the whole world to know that we do cry. I mean, I cried a lot.
Yeah.
I cried for like 2 months straight.
And
I
see,
mean-
look, and I already know all these ladies out here are going to want to comfort you. I already know that. Is that like one of the perks of writing a book?
Some people they say that.
They say that.
That's
You ain't got
not-
that stage yet.
I mean, you know.
Come on now, Jay. I know you're getting some numbers.
I actually get a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't call them back. I don't call them back. A lot of them, but it does lead.
Wait. A lot of them, you don't call it.
I don't call.
Failure.
I may call a couple back just to talk to them. Some of them just want to talk to me to get my input. You know, because they felt I was an inspiration for them for something they're going through.
Now, are you hearing more from men or more from women?
Definitely women.
Women.
Yeah.
And so, what are most of them are saying? They identify with it, or what are they telling you?
They identify with it. They say they've been through the exact same thing, and they're just shocked that a man would say so much.
Well, now, when they say they identify with it, are they identifying with being a woman who's been cheated on, or being a cheating woman? Have you dealt with any women who've come to you from that side of it?
All of them, they've been cheated on. They've never
All been cheated on.
Yeah, all of them been cheated on.
So, okay, well, what would you say to a woman who was the cheater?
Oh,
Because I'm sure that there's a lesson for her
yeah.
in your book too.
Yeah.
What's the lesson?
You're gonna get it back.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you're gonna get it back one way or another. It may not be the same way, but you're gonna get it back.
Oh, that's pretty scary
Yeah.
there. So let's go back to the storyline here. You found out, the baby told you, she goes to boyfriend's house. He's got 2 girlfriends and a wife. You're drinking, you're having sex therapy. This sounds like all of the heartbreak, a lot of the sex. But how do you get on this journey to love and the happiness part? Where did you start making the turnarounds?
I would have to say just going to church more. After she left, I started going to church even more, and just taking time with myself and kids.
And how are the kids doing?
They're fine.
They're fine?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
fine. They're dealing with it.
That's good.
I'm not sure how they're going to feel when they get older, but right now they're dealing with it.
So when you say that, what do you mean? What do you think is going to be different when they're older?
I think they're going to realize mommy and daddy aren't together because of mommy.
Oh,
Especially my little girl. I mean, she's very smart. She knows.
right.
She knows.
So, I mean, but as a woman, I have to think, you're her father teaching this child. What are you going to do to prepare her to not be that cheating partner? How do you, there's something important you got to give this daughter and your sons. But you know what I'm saying? So what is it what you want your children to get from your book?
Basically, I always wonder if I would want my kids to read the book when they get to the age. But if I had to tell them when they get older, I say focus on yourself and mainly focus on God. Let God lead you all the way to the path of your happiness with a partner in life.
Well, did you always plan to write about your life's journey?
No.
Or it really just started out as just therapy? I'm going to write it down.
Well, first it just started out as a good book to write because I had so many coincidences that it don't happen to normal people.
All right, like what?
Oh, okay. One of my favorite stories in the book. I'm at a bar with some friends. There's a girl.
Right.
She's white. She's very, very pretty.
Uh-huh.
And I don't.
It's not your flavor. It's okay.
No.
Oh,
It is my flavor.
Oh, it is your flavor.
I don't
okay.
discriminate.
Okay, cool.
At all.
All right.
And I just kind of waved at her, winked at her. And I turned back around and had some drinks with my boys.
Right.
Well, she came over, poked me on the shoulder, and she's like, "Hey, you need to buy me a drink." And I was like, "Buy you a drink?" I said, "You should buy me a drink. You came over here."
Right.
But of course, I bought her a drink.
Okay.
So we chilled out and we had a good time. Of course, I went back to her apartment. She asked me to come with her.
Right.
I didn't want to because I was like,
please.
Okay. I did want to.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, I was like, okay, this is a bad woman. Why is it so easy for me
It sounds like you cleaning this up because your grandma might see this. That's what it sounds like. But anyway.
She was beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful blonde, the blue eyes, nice breasts. I mean, you know, the whole Barbie doll.
Right.
I mean, it seemed too easy.
Right.
But I went anyway.
Right.
So, you know, we go to her house, we had some more drinks, and of course, we had sex.
Okay.
And then the next morning, I wake up, and I could feel somebody looking at me. Literally, like you can feel somebody staring at you.
Right, like when you're sound asleep and you have that wake up right now feeling.
Right.
Who was looking at you?
I look up, and it's a big, cocky white guy just
Oh my
standing
gosh.
over me.
Oh my God.
I mean, talking about my heart, I'm like 170. This guy's like 250, just muscle. And the girl's just laying here like, not saying anything. I'm sitting here like, in shock.
What did you do?
I can't say it like how he said it, but he was like, you got 2 minutes to get out of my place.
Wow.
I jumped up, I threw my clothes on, halfway on, shoes
Right.
just not
Straight
on my...
running. You were like living an R. Kelly song, it sounds like.
Pretty much, yeah.
You
yeah.
are lucky to be alive.
I am. I'm
Very lucky to be alive.
I'm very lucky. He explained to me she's only doing this to get me back for messing around with this black chick. That's what he told me.
Wow.
If it wasn't for that, I probably would be in a wheelchair or something right now.
Oh my gosh. So when we pick up Love, Sex, and Happiness, whew, there's a lot of juicy parts up in there.
Yes, it's a lot of juice.
So when you lay all that truth and all that emotion and vulnerability out on the table, is there any downside to it?
No, I don't
No,
see
it's
any
all been
downside. Yeah, it's all been good.
So has your mama read this?
Mama, no.
Mama knows about all your escapades at the
No.
bar, your sex therapy.
She doesn't know any of that.
No, she does.
No.
But she read it.
No, she didn't read it.
Oh, she didn't read it?
My grandmother knows.
Oh my God. Your Nana?
My Nana.
Big Mama read the book?
Yeah, she read it.
What did Big Mama say?
She said she was proud of me.
Wow.
She skipped all the sex talk.
Yeah, she did. She read.
I mean, when it came to me, she didn't talk to me about it. She read it, but she didn't mention it to me. She said she's not going to talk about that. She was just happy that I was able to get it out and get it off my chest the way I did. Because
Wow.
there was a lot of pain going on in that book.
Did she ever say anything like she saw it or, I mean, were there any warning signs?
I had my, as far as her cheating or just
Yeah.
her.
As far as the cheating and just the whole thing, that things weren't like happily ever after like you think. Were there
Yeah.
warning signs besides the no sex?
I had a warning sign when I actually seen a lot of. I just happened to check her phone records one time. This is
just
before
happened to check.
Yeah, just happened before we
Right.
even bought a house and everything.
Right.
And I seen this one particular number too many times. So me being me, I'm gonna look it up.
Right.
So I got on the internet, I looked it up, and it was a guy's name. And I went to her, I said, who is this person? She said, oh, that's nobody, just a friend of mine, a client, because she's a massage therapist. And she's just a friend of mine.
Well, let me just tell you, in case nobody ever said it, that might have been one of the first warning signs there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying, I'm
it
just saying.
Was. I gave benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Like she was a real massage therapist, like she went to school,
Right.
or she was just friendly and gave a lot of massage.
She went to school the
I'm
whole
just messing
night.
with you.
I know.
Because I love a good massage.
Yeah.
But, okay. That's crazy,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I asked her straight to her face, are you
And she
cheating?
was just like, nope.
No, right.
Wow.
We finished getting our house built, moved into it, everything just seemed fine.
Right.
And then basically, I didn't see the phone number for a while. And then a new number came up. I didn't even look.
So you went back to check the phone records.
Yeah, I couldn't help
You just happened to check them again. Okay,
I
as
yeah.
a woman, I just got to,
Yeah.
keep up with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to go look. And instead of looking it up online like I did the first time,
Right.
I just went to her phone. And it was under the name Melissa, a girl, Melissa.
Okay.
So I said, okay, she talked to this person a lot. So I took my phone and I called her. And I asked to speak to Melissa. She said, this is her. I had a whole 10-minute conversation with a white girl named Melissa.
Uh-huh.
But lo and behold, I found out later on that it was Joe all over again.
Wow.
But she had him in the phone as Melissa, and when I called, he put a friend or a coworker on the phone to talk to me for those 10 minutes to throw me off, and it threw me off for 2 years.
See, and that's a lot of crazy to be, let alone in one lifetime. But so when people pick up the book, Love, Sex, and Heartbreak, it sounds to me like you have got not only a book, but you've also got a movie happening here with some spin-offs, because I would like to see a show about the guy who's separated with 2 girlfriends.
Right, I know.
That's his own spin-off from it.
Right.
Can you see yourself in that Tyler Perry position?
I've always seen myself in that Tyler Perry position.
Really?
Yeah, I've been writing for years. I've written a couple scripts that didn't go anywhere, but I wrote them. And then I think, this book could go places, really.
I really think that it could too. So now are you self-published?
Yeah, self-published, Amazon.com.
And a lot of people want to do that. Everybody says they've got a book they want to write.
Right.
So what did you do to go from this just being a thought and a painful process in your life to say, hey, I'm going to turn this into an actual book? What's the first step a person would do to do like you're doing and have a book out there?
Do your research, and basically, first you got to write it. You got to write the book. And then actually Amazon makes it very simple for you to self-publish.
Okay.
As long as it's formatted correctly and all the, there's no grammar. I mean, everything's been edited and ready to go.
Right.
Amazon just shows you the footsteps. This, and you're done.
So I can go to Amazon.com. Well, first do the work. And I guess you don't really want to go through a bunch of pain, but you can write about anything that you can talk about well.
Yes.
Put it down on paper. And then go to Amazon.com.
That's it.
And then you'll be kicking off your literary tour like you are, right?
That's right. That's all it takes. I mean, it's really simple. It took me, I say, half an hour to put that thing on Amazon.
So did you have to invest a lot of money into publishing your first book?
No, not a lot at all. It's just more time, just time.
Time.
It's all about time.
So you have to be pretty self-motivated to do that.
Yeah.
So how do you get somebody to get from that point of, I'm going to write a book, to actually sitting down and writing it? What triggered it for you?
Oh, it was just my therapy. My therapy. I mean, before the therapy, it was just me wanting to write and just work on something I wanted to do.
So you said you've been writing for a while. What is the difference between this being your true life story and maybe some of the other things that you've written? Because are you pushing anything else that you're working on?
Right now, I'm working on another book. It's fiction, but yeah, that's going to be good too. I mean, it's almost on the same line of my life, but different. It's more lessons in that.
Well, I think it's very interesting that you're putting your information out there, but to see that you can take a project and turn it into something that's going to be a success. So that entrepreneurial spirit in you, where does that come from?
I still don't even know. I know it's not in one of my parents. I know my dad works hard, but that drive just comes from me. It just comes from me. I've always been one of those hard workers, trying to come up with something, do this, do that, do what I got to do. So yeah, that's all me. Entrepreneurial is just in me from somewhere. I don't know where. So
now, I see this, the big future in front of you, and if you could cast your book, because when I'm reading, I like to think about, who would play this part. So who would you cast as yourself in Love, Sex, and Heartbreak?
Oh, I've always said, for some reason, though we're not the same skin tone, I like Michael Ealy. I just think
the one with the blue eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can see him playing his part.
And who would you play as the cheating wife?
Oh, definitely Sanaa Lathan.
Really?
After seeing that movie, gosh, I can't think. She had the white boyfriend, but she could do that good. She could do it. She could do it.
So you really do have this visualization going on, and you're making things happen. So if we're getting to love and we're getting to happiness, what are you visualizing for your happy place, your happy ever after now? The 2.5 kids and the dog and house with picket fence. What?
Now it's just me seeing my kids happy and then my success. I mean, of course, I'm always going to want that woman, that special woman. I know she's out there.
Are you still on that journey?
You can say that, yeah.
Yeah?
I am.
So what are you doing now different in picking out a partner that you didn't do before?
I'm basically learning the personality before actually. I'm going more off personality than the outside.
You running credit checks? You what?
No.
You checking the phones early in the relationship?
Yeah, I did.
I want to avoid the heartbreak and the divorce and all of that.
Right. I actually did have someone, You know.
Men kill me. Someone else did it. It was always a friend that did.
You know,
Okay, because
I had-
men snoop just like women do.
I know. I had someone I thought could have been good for me, but I still had that trust issue going on.
Like the right one? The
Possibly,
one?
possibly. You know, I was vulnerable still, but you know, she told me some good things and things I wanted to hear. Basically, loyalty, number one.
Loyalty.
That's what I like to hear. I love loyalty. And she
I
was
mean, I
showing
think
me that.
everybody, men and women, want a
Yeah.
loyal partner.
Yeah, exactly. And she was telling me that, you know, all the time, showing me too. But
So you may have met Mrs. Right, the one.
well, that one's gone already.
You met her during the sex therapy part of the journey?
Well,
Ish, kinda.
Sort of, yeah.
Sorta, yeah.
And it slowed me down again, which I don't like being after like that.
Right.
I like to be one person, basically.
Right.
And, you know, I
And
chose her.
Okay, well, now that's unfortunate because I think a lot of times we meet that right person, but we're not ready for it. So how does a person get their mind right to go back into a relationship after you've been through so much?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's all about time, healing and praying.
Healing and
Because
praying.
God's the one that can heal you, and then time helps the healing. I mean, I know I need more time, but I guess I'm impatient, and I don't like being alone. That's always been my problem. I don't like being alone. I mean, I can't help it. I don't like being alone.
I mean, that's just the truth. And as a woman, to hear a man say it, you know, I'm glad to hear it because there are a lot of people who feel that way. But I think as women, a lot of times we just don't know that men are going through that. And we
Right.
just, you know, men put up that tough exterior when they're going through that heartache or, you know, they go to work, they do all this stuff.
Right.
But to have someone put it down on paper like you do in Love, Sex, and Heartbreak, it does make a difference. And it kind of gives us a roadmap or at least some warning signs
Yeah.
of what to look for.
Yeah, it does. I put tips in there to look for in relationships.
Like what? What are the tips?
One tip is when your partner goes out of town with girlfriends or guy friends, and you call them up, and it's supposed to be 4 or 5 of them, and you're in a car, and it's completely quiet. Especially with women.
Yeah.
You got 4 women, nobody's talking. Come on, something's going on.
What are you trying to say, Jack?
Women talk a lot. No matter who's on the phone, somebody's gonna be chit-chatting in the back talking about somebody.
So if
That's
you
how it
call and
goes.
it's all quiet,
Yeah.
that a bell should go off or something. Should
That's
go
a
off.
bell. That's a
Okay,
bell.
what's another tip?
Another one is when someone says, "Oh, if you take a lie detector test, I'll believe that you're not lying to me." If someone tells you that they're lying about something, to give them a test.
If they say, if you take, is that kind of like turning it around?
Yeah.
That reverse psychology?
Oh yeah, I was getting accused of a lot of things when I wasn't doing them.
So that was kind of throw you off. The
Yeah.
one person who was doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Throwing it back on you.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so if you know that you're not doing anything wrong and they're throwing it back at you, you should be worried about that.
Yeah, you should be worried about it.
Okay, that's real crazy, but I absolutely believe that is the truth.
Yeah.
So we talked about the kids and we talked about the girlfriend and we talked about mom and them reading it. If people pick up your book, Love, Sex, and Heartbreak, One Man's Journey to Love and Happiness, what is the main thing you want them to get from your book?
I would say the main thing is follow God through all your choices when it comes to relationships. Let God lead the way all the way. I know he didn't lead me to my wife completely. You know, that was half my will, done
Right.
in his will, but of course he grants our wills just for us to be happy. And I would say follow God.
Follow God, that's
God,
the thing.
yeah.
J. Cedric Calloway, I want to say thank you so much. Everybody pick up the book and make sure you come back next week and check out the Community Spotlight. Thank you for coming by, Jay. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Wow.